Hello and good evening. This is Ken Heaston on air in the evening news, and it's great to be with you this evening. We've been studying about Facebook along with how you use Facebook with your blog this week. And tonight we're going to go over Facebook audiences and how to develop a Facebook audience for fun and profit. Okay, it's kind of fun actually once you get the hang of it. And so there's a couple of ways to think about audiences. First of all, when you run an ad on Facebook, you can select right as you're setting up the ad. You can just use Facebook's database to pick an audience to send traffic out to or send your ad out to. And you know the way that it's uh, accessed in Facebook as you set up an ad is really generic, and a lot of people have trouble with their ads not working very well because of using the one that's built into Facebook. And it's really not Facebook's fault. It's just that they can't show you all the audiences that they have because there's gazillions of them. So what they do is they show you the most general audiences available, and so you can pick from those. Let's say that um, you want people who are gardeners. Okay, well, if you put that in there as you make your ad, what's going to happen is that it's going to bring up gardeners, and you might select it, and you might see that there's 10 million of them or something. You'll think, "Wow, this is great! I want to get out to 10 million people." But the fact is, you really don't, and the audience isn't really very targeted, and so your ad's just not going to do very well. Um, so I'll show you a way to be more selective at finding the right audience in that way. The other way is when you create your own audiences, and you do that by people who visit your websites. So we'll cover that. We've talked about it a little bit in the past, but we'll cover that again, and how to use an audience like that so that you can uh, go back to them time after time. You know, they say that people don't accept your offer till they see it 7 times. So by using audiences that you create, you're going to be able to go back and get in front of them time after time. So let's get started. All right, this evening we're going to start right back in the ad manager, kind of where we left off yesterday. And what we want to talk about tonight is audiences, different kinds of audiences in Facebook. So let's just start off with the first type of audience that has traditionally been used on Facebook. We're going to go in and let's just create an ad. And let's do a boost your posts ad. And I'm going to do it on my page. And let's see which one I want to boost. They didn't like the one with too much text on it, so we got to be careful not to use that one. Let's try this one right here. Beans and rice are pretty exciting. Okay, let's see if we can find that one. All right. So we use the drop down. Now, what this drop down is all the posts that it sees on my page, and this is the one right here. Okay. So we selected the post that we want to run an ad to. This is called a page post engagement ad. All right, we're going to click continue, and we're going to go into the ad manager. Now, the way that this has traditionally been done is you can target audiences according to a lot of different metrics. Now, let's just say that I'm going to start with people in the United States. What it was just telling me there is that you can target local places with, say, cities and things like that, which is great. Um, let's just say we're going to stay in the United States, and my particular people that really respond well to me are more like a little older, say, so I'm going to put that at 35 to 65 and up, and I'm going to leave it all men and women, okay? And I can choose my language if I want to. But here is the part right here where you can start selecting interests. Okay, now as you can see, with what we've got selected for so far, we're going to reach out to 97 million people, and I can guarantee you that this ad will not be attractive to 97 million people. Okay, so we're going to cut that down some. So let's just say that here's some general suggestions that Facebook has, and this is what I talked about last night a little bit. Um, you could select something like food and drink. Okay, and then after you selected that, maybe you could select cooking. Okay, and then it wants baking or recipes. Let's select recipes. So it adds this up here now in the interest, and it'll re configure that. And now we've cut it down by a third. Only 24 million people will see my ad now, but that's still way too big. Okay, now let's say that this particular ad is about food, maybe, and it's something that I would like to get out to people, but let's take a little bit closer look at how we might whittle that down a little bit, because if we run this ad to 24 million people, we're just not going to get much response. Too many people out there are going to see it that really don't care much about what we have. Okay, so let's go over and let's just say let's take a look at let's say how about green bean recipes? All right, let's Google that. All right, now look, um, this will help us whittle it down some. See this top result here, southernliving.com. Okay, now that is a magazine, but they have an online presence, right? So we know that they have a lot of subscribers, and these people like recipes. Southern Living, that's a good one. Here's another one, all recipes. Um, but here's Food Network. Okay, so if we use these type of groups to run our ad out to, we get much more focused, and more of the people that see our ad are going to like it. Here's Martha Stewart. So let's just try some of these. Let's go into the ads manager here, and let's try and see if there is a audience for Southern Living. Right there it is, Southern Living. Now look, Southern Living Magazine. Okay, that is a super target audience, and what that means is that these are people on Facebook, and they have added Southern Living Magazine to their interests. So we know that they pretty much like everything in Southern Living Magazine. So we're going to put that in. We're going to X out recipes, and now it's going to refigure, and now we have a reach of about 4,800 people. Now if I send my ad out to 4,800 people, well, a lot of them are going to see it, and they're pretty focused. They're really focused on the type of people I want to get my ad out to. So now I'm getting my ad where it's going to convert better. Now let's take another look, and one of the others was let's see if Martha is in there. I think she's out of jail now, so maybe she will show up. Let's see, Martha Stewart Living. Now there's some choices here. Uh, like Martha Stewart Living, Martha Stewart Weddings. This Martha Stewart Living will be different than this Martha Stewart Living. See, this is 2,105,000 in that audience, and this is 115. So that is a whole lot smaller audience, but it's a pretty good audience. And let's just say that, well, we think that maybe our ad would really look, a lot of people would really like that. So let's take out Southern Living Magazine and see what happens. Now, that's interesting, isn't it? Because now it says 7,900 people. But at any rate, we're getting an audience that's more focused, and that's one way that you can pick an audience that your ad will go out to. Now, we'll uh, talk a little bit more about finishing up these ads in other videos, but you're going to go on down here, and you're going to finish filling out your ad. You're going to pick your budget and such as that. This tells me that estimated daily reach, the way I've got it set up right now, is 450 to 1,200 people. And what you're looking to do is run an ad so that you can test it for one day, and you know what the reach is, it's going to give you those metrics, and you want to see how well it converts. So in this particular case, conversion to me would mean how many people actually click on it and go over and read my blog post, and I can see that in the metrics in the back of my blog. I can see the visits and where they came from and what posts they looked at, so I can really tell pretty close, how this ad's working. And then if I've got any kind of conversion in the blog post, like if I'm trying to sell something, well, then I can see how many sales did I get. So I can test this for one day and see how it works by running this type of an ad. Okay, now I'm going to freak Facebook out because I want to go out of this page, and they're not going to like that too well. But that's okay, because what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at another kind of audience, and we've went over this a little bit in the past, but if you go right down here on the left hand side to audiences, you can set up new audiences. And what happens here is that I have created quite a few audiences, and I have what these audiences are is people that have visited my website. And so what we do here is we create an audience. Let's just say we're going to create a new audience, and we have a choice of a custom audience, a lookalike audience, or a saved target group. Now, saved target group is one that you might upload the names to Facebook. Lookalike audience is, let's say you've already created an audience that is the fans on your fan page. That's your audience. Well, you can create a lookalike audience once it gets big enough, and Facebook will say, okay, I see about 10 gazillion people in the United States that are the same as the people that have already liked your page. So now you've created a lookalike audience, and you can advertise to them. Or you can create a custom audience. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to go with website traffic right here. Okay. And so we have it set so anyone who visits your website, and so we can choose a website domain if we want to. It's optional. We don't have to, because anywhere this pixel shows up, it's going to fire and add to this audience. So we can make it part of a domain, say one page on your website, or you can make it anywhere the pixel is. That's what we're going to do right now. And in the last 180 days, that's as long as they'll let you keep track of these people. All right. And we want to include past website traffic, and we're going to enter a name, and we're going to call it let's call it Evening News Test. Okay, and we're going to create the audience. Okay, very good. So we have created this new audience called Evening News Test. Now, what we're going to do then is we have got to get this set up so that the people that visit wherever I put this pixel will show up in this audience. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to click right here where we created the audiences. We're going to click on Actions and View Pixel. Okay, and right here is a special pixel just for that audience, and we copy it, and we're going to paste it into a notepad. Okay, so now we have a special pixel just for that audience. And here is what happens next. Wherever it is that we want to collect traffic from, whatever website, blog, or whatever it is, we're going to take that pixel and we're going to paste it in the header. We can do it on the header of just one page in our blog if we want to set up a custom audience just for one page, or we can set it up so that it's in the blog header for every page, so that anybody that visits any page is added to this custom audience. And it will start collecting data, and it will keep track of all the people that have done that. Now, these may be fans of ours or not. We may know them or not. it's just whoever visits our website, when that pixel fires, they're added to this list. And so what we can do now is when we get ready to run an ad, we can pick this audience that we've set up, and we can run an ad just to that audience. Now I will take it just a little bit further, so you kind of understand a little bit more about what you can do with this type of a pixel. It's very, very handy. Let's say that you have a sales funnel, and you start out with an ad on your Facebook fan page, and you run people from your Facebook fan page ad over to your first page of your funnel, your first website page. And what that page does is, let's say that it collects their name and email address for you. Okay, it's an opt-in. All right, and then from there, as soon as they opt in, they go to a second web page where they are presented with a product. Say maybe it's a product for $7.99. Okay, and then when they take the offer, those that take the offer go to a third page where they download whatever it is they've just paid $7.99 for. Maybe it's an ebook or a video course that you have, or just whatever it may be. So what you can do is set up two different audiences, just like we just did. The first audience is the ones that visit your opt-in page, okay? And that audience is everyone that responded to your ad. So these people were interested in your ad, but only probably a small percentage of them entered their email address and went on from there. So you want to get back in front of these people again, right? You want to keep presenting the offer to them. Well, there was a few that clicked through and completed and checked out and bought your offer, okay? And there's a pixel on that page now. It's a different audience, and so now you've created two different audiences. One was all the people that looked at your offer. The second audience was all the people that bought your offer. Okay, so now when you run ads out to those audiences, what you can do is you can run the ad to the people that visited your page but did not buy, and you can exclude the audience that did buy, so they won't see you sending out this ad to them over and over again when they've already bought. So using audiences with Facebook pixels is very, very good tool, and it's really, hopefully I didn't explain it in a way that seems complicated, because it's really not. If you do your own blog and you're just getting started on it, yeah, it may be kind of complicated. But if you have someone to help you, putting a Facebook or a pixel on your blog is just pretty easy. It takes like 15 seconds and it's working. Okay, and so you might want to get help there. You can hire it done through Fiverr if you want. For $5, it's worth it, to get somebody to help you with your WordPress blog, and you can learn how to use these audiences and the pixels. So that is just a brief rundown. This is another area where there's our whole expensive courses sold on how you do this, and if this is interesting to you, you may want to invest in one of those. Tonight I'm just kind of giving you a rundown and a heads up. This is how you can do it. So anyway, this is great to be with you tonight. This is Ken Heaston on air in the evening news. Tomorrow night we'll wrap it up with ways to use Facebook to make money, and we'll just kind of list out some of the things that we've covered, and maybe some things that you haven't got so far, and relate it to how do you use Facebook and your blog together to actually make money. So that'll be a lot of fun. We'll see you tomorrow evening.